In response to Amendment 1, it was the Reverend Morgan Freeman who read from the Book of Seven. What sick, ridiculous puppets we are, and what a gross little stage we dance on. What fun we have, dancing and fucking, not a care in the world, not knowing that we are nothing. We are not what was intended. I found God gazing into the eyes of an infant. Not between the pages of a pastor's passage, under the confines of a steeple. I found God gazing up at me from a face that echoed my own. From under eyes that looked to me for guidance, like Mayans to constellations. Betwixt fingers no larger than paper clips that clung to my own like faith. I found God in the strangest of places. In southern fried ciphers, tiptoeing on tongues, surfing on syllables, softly sailing into the sunset. But in North Carolina, we like to talk about God's design. As if clarity could only come in the context of a Christian, ignorance often wears the mask of righteousness. Carries out crusades in the name of a savior, conveniently unable to protect himself from slander. But if he could, he'd likely remind us he too once dissented from the establishment, opting for the road less traveled. The message sailing over heads like a Tebow pass on prime time. No, they'd rather talk about God's design. Because in North Carolina, we got it all figured out. I can't fathom how one acquires the arrogance to believe they have the right to make life-altering decisions for the general population, but when it comes to God's design, we are not what was intended. Gifted enough to compose symphonies, brilliant enough to achieve fission, and fatally flawed to the point we just might burn this mother to the ground. We are the beautiful mistake, a grand canyon of happy accidents, a work of art capable of making God's heart both weep and sing between each breath and every beat. But lately it seems we've lost our way. For my baby girl was born into a world where politicians want to tell her what she can do with her body, where clergymen tried to dictate to whom she should surrender her heart. But I'm gonna fight for you, baby. I promise to God before they judge you, every hypocrite and heathen will be forced to eat their words and swallow them whole like undeniable truth. I'm gonna fight for you. I will preach to everyone within earshot of the strumming of my vocal cords, make Clear Channel envious of the audience in my footprint. This declaration of love for both freedom and my daughter shall stand with no amendments. I'm gonna leave this world a better place if they are the last words I utter in my final fleeting breath. I want to be able to look into those same eyes where I once saw my Savior and say, I tried.
CB.